early in the morning. And when I pay closer attention, I get worried because it sounds like the baby. And he does not, he is a quiet baby. He is not a meower. He does not cry. He does not howl. He doesn't meow. If he does meow, something is specifically wrong. Like specifically, like, you need to come and clear out my litter because you know I don't do dirty litter and I have to go to the bathroom. Which doesn't happen because we keep it cleaned out. But instance where we were like cracking up because like, oh my God, he's so snooty. He will not. He's like meowing, and we realize, like, I know what the meow is. I know the difference in them too, which is, parenthood is a funny thing that way. Like, I know the difference in a litter needs to be clean meow, and I'm thirsty and I want ice in my water specifically meow. I know the difference. So anyway, I hear this meow, and like I've never heard from him, and it is loud and assertive, if not aggressive, but assertive still. So I'm worried about him. I run downstairs, you know, looking, calling for the baby. Is he okay? So he just kind of turns around, looks at me like, what? And I'm like, are you okay? He's like, what? I don't even hear anything. In the meantime, the house phone rang, and I knew Creaky was outside. So I knew the house phone must be ringing because I put my cell phone was in my robe, and I had taken my robe off. So I picked up the phone, and as I picked up the phone, I ran to the door to open the door thinking, you know, something was wrong. So I opened the door, and here comes this mouth at me, just meow, meow, just coming into the garage, toward the garage door, like he was just going to waltz right up in the house. So I just shut the door really quick. So I'm on the phone like, what was that? And he's like, there's a cat, and he doesn't want to leave. he will not leave. So I hear the commotion in the garage. He doesn't want to touch it because we don't know. It looks clean. It looks like it belongs to somebody. But he doesn't want to touch it, so he's, you know, shooing it out of the garage with a shovel so that he could get the vehicle out of the garage because the cat is not taking no for an answer. So he gets the cat out of the garage, but then he has to go back in the garage anyway because now he's going to pull my car out. So when I leave, I don't have to wrestle with the thing coming in and out of the garage. So he pulls my car out as well and parks it in the driveway. And I hear the garage go down. So in the meantime, I look out the window watching this whole thing, this whole fiasco. And this cat has decided that we are his. Like, you gonna be my daddy. So Creaky gets in the car, and I'm still on the phone with him. Like, do you see him? Cause now he's under my car that Creaky has parked in the driveway. So I'm like, do you see him? So he's under my car yelling at Creaky through the driver's door window, like, meow, like, you gonna be my daddy, you gonna be my daddy. He's not like mean, like attacking, but like, where are you going, new daddy? You can't go anywhere. We have a bonding period. And so Creaky gets ready to roll the window down, but as he's rolling the window down, the thing looks like it wants to hop up into the window. So he rolls it back up. So I'm like, are you serious? So then the cat is smart enough to know that if he gets under the car, then the driver, his new daddy, is going to be afraid to run him over. So he gets under the car to sabotage his ability to leave. So, you know, we're on the phone. So Creaky's like, I'm going to slow roll it out of here. He'll move, he'll move. So sure enough, he slow rolls it out of the driveway because he has to go to work. So he leaves, and the cat goes to get under a third vehicle, one of our other vehicles. So he gets under that one. So I'm like, well, at least he got under that one, so I should be okay leaving. So from upstairs through the window, it just still looked like some random cat. You know, I wasn't really getting a good look at it, and I wasn't absorbing the fact that Creaky was still calling him a kitten. So whatever the case is, I knew when I left, I wasn't going to make eye contact with this thing. So if it was still out there. So, and I figured it would be. So I still, so I walked out the front door when I was ready to leave. And sure enough, he's right there, meow, meow. And I'm like, no, I'm a mean lady. He's like, okay, whatever, mean lady, new mama. And like, I know you that man's wife because I smell him on you. I smell him on you. You must be my new mama. So he's like coming for me now. And I'm like, no, I don't even look in his direction. I kick him a little bit to get out of the front door, and so that he doesn't charge inside. I kick him like, no. And so I go and get in the car, and I hurry up and shut the door. I peek first to make sure, because he looks like he'll hop in. So I peek to make sure I don't shut his little head up in the door. And I shut the door. And I slow roll off, because, I mean, it worked for Creaky, so I'm thinking he'll move, right? So I caught a short glimpse of him in the passenger side rearview mirror. So then I didn't gun it, but I went a little bit faster because I'm like, okay, I'm in the clear. But then I got like a block and a half away from the house, and I thought I heard one last meow. And I was like, OMG, because you know, you hear these stories about cats jumping up inside of cars. I was like, OMG, I hope he did not hitch a ride in my vehicle to go with me. And so I was worried about the whole time, and I called Creaky. I'm like, I think I just heard another meow like a block and a half away from home. I hope he didn't jump up in the car. And he said, well, you'll find out if when you get where you're going, you got a cat with you. And so I was like, yeah. So of course I'm thinking the whole time, worried about this cat, that I missed my exit on my way to where I'm going, so I get lost and I end up being late anyway, thinking that this cat could be in the engine somewhere. So finally get to where I'm going. I'll tell the story a few times, and this thing was not taking no for an answer, and it was just us, or just our house. I don't know, it might not have been about us specifically, but it sure seemed like it. But he was not leaving the house, and we presume he must have been someone's cat, because he knew where to go, where the doors were. You know, when he wanted to come in the garage door, when the garage door was shut, he knew there had to be a front door. He immediately then went to the front door and staked out there. So anyway, I thought about him, you know, all day, and I'm like, if that thing is still there, there's like no way. Why would? And keep in mind though, it rained all day this day. It rained all day long, and so I was like, there's no way he should still be. You know, there are other people leaving to go to work. There's other stuff going on. He's not going to still be, you know, there. But we had already decided when we get home, we're not going to park in the garage, just in case he is still there, because he's going to walk in like he lives there. So I came home and I didn't use the garage. I was going to, because I was like, he's not going to be here, but something told me, well, if he is, I'll catch it, you know. So, and plus I wasn't gonna look him in the eye, right? Anyway, and I was safe so far. So I parked and I got home late this particular day. We both did, which is not usual, very late. So I go in, I get out of the car, and I go to the front door, and before I can get the key to the door, guess who? Just comes out of the little bushes, meow, meow. And I'm like, no way, seriously? So he caught me off guard. I had to look him in the eye, ended up locking eyes with this little bastard. And he was the most adorable little shit you ever saw in the world. So I was like, oh my God, he is cute. Oh. And I don't even like orange cats, really. I'm a cat lover in general, but they have to have a certain temperament and mood type thing. Like, our baby is perfect for us, and anything you ever read about Abyssinians is true, and I love that. He is wonderful, perfect, literally perfect. So I was like, and he was not thinking about this thing, right, this kitty. So the kitty's meow, meow. I'm like, oh no, no. So I just hurry up and try to get the key in the door, because I've looked at the thing. Oh, why did I look at him? So I get the key in the door and I kick him to keep him from bogarting and going in the house. And I was like, I'm the meanest lady ever. You don't want me for your mom. He was like, okay, mommy. So is this our house? Are we going in now? So I kick him out of the way and I go inside. So I'm thinking about him, I'm trying not to think about him. And so I called Creaky, and I was like, you know he was still there, right? And he's like, he was? And I was like, yeah. He was like, did he come when you unlocked the door? I was like, before I even got to the door, right? He was there. So I told him about him, and we're mulling over what we should do, because you could tell we secretly have locked eyes with this thing, and we're considering, and we're like, well, there's no way there's going to be another cat like our baby. So, and that's the only way we would accept another one. And plus, we don't want to put him through sharing his food or litter or whatever. We found all the reasons in the world why this is not a good idea. So he said, well, call the people, you know, the animal control people. And so I kind of looked up the non-emergency number, and I looked up the animal control number, and I wanted to see what they did, because something about the whole idea of shelters make me think that he could be like in a worse situation than he is now, and who knows, you know. But we're like, if anybody, even if somebody who doesn't like animals locks eyes with this baby, they are going to fall in love with him. He looked like he was about 11 months old, maybe. Pretty, you know, not a teeny kitty, but a kitten still. So I called the people on him, and because they were closing in a half hour, so I had a half hour to call them and get somebody out here. And if I didn't, we were pretty sure he was going to be there overnight for eternity until. And we didn't want that to happen, because I'm pretty sure he was probably hungry, you know. And I did not want to feed him. It was bad enough I looked into his little eyes. He had just these reddish auburn brown amber eyes you ever saw, ever. And I don't even like orange cats like that. Like I couldn't stand Morris growing up. Old school people know who Morris is, but I mean, Garfield wasn't my dude. And I liked his attitude. Just that orange cat thing just seems so like a regular domestic mud-ass cat or something. I don't know. So, I called the people, and they thought it was the cutest story they ever heard. They were laughing so hard. They were like, isn't it supposed to be the other way around? I was like, you know, aren't you the one supposed to be adopting him? I was like, no, he's adopted you as his parents. I was like, I know, and he can't do that. We're not in the market for another baby. He can't do that. So they were cracking up, and so they were like, is he still there? So I just got real quiet, long enough for them to hear him yapping outside the front door, and I was like, what do you think? So they were just cracking up. And they were like, well, the animal control people were gone for the day, so they transferred me to non-emergency Popo. So the Popo. So I told them about it, and they sent somebody out. And our racist ass police out here, boy, I'm telling you. So anyway, I was, you know, equally concerned. But this animal, even a racist would probably look at this baby and melt. So, you know, pending that they didn't know that he was on a black couple's porch. But anyway, I decided I was going to go out and wait with him while the Popo came to get him. And so he came to get him. Oh, but you should have seen him too. Even when the police took him away, you could see him, his little paws going, wait, where are you going? No, this is my house. This is my new mama. We just got together. We just got a bonding opportunity. So he didn't want to leave. He wasn't mean aggressive again, but he locked in on us so tight. And I don't know what it was, but I've been thinking about him ever since, and I really, really kind of miss him. So, but we did the right thing, and, you know, stranger things have happened. So if he busts out of the clink and rolls up on us again, he's probably as good as ours. Or rather, we're probably as good as his. Groovy smooches. Enjoy.